Okay. Welcome back together, everyone. Let's warm up with Jolene. What do you say? Do we need the chords on here? Should I get rid of my picture? What's more helpful, having my picture? No, having the chords. Okay, I'm seeing lots of nods. It seems to be universal. Let me just get rid of me then. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Can you start with the strum too, Rabbi?
We will definitely start. We'll probably work up to the strum, Patty, actually. We're going to start, but yeah, we will focus on strumming here. In fact,
down, up, then, or?
we're just going to do a single strum, a single down on each chord for the first time through. Okay, so just to sort of rehash how we should start any song that we don't feel totally, completely comfortable with, is first go through and take a look at all the chords. Right? We got our D minor. We got our C. We got our C7. We've got our B flat. Don't forget to bring that elbow out. And we've got our F. But you actually don't need a B flat in here. You can play that C7 instead, and I think the C7 sounds better than the B flat here. Okay. So now let's go ahead and play these in order, which is the next step, right? We got to have a D minor to an F, to a C, to a D minor, C, C7, D minor. Nothing in that line is particularly tricky, I think, right? All those chord changes are pretty straightforward. Let's try the third line here, your beauty. D minor to F, to C, to D minor, to C, to C7, to D minor. Yeah, almost the exact same line, right? So very, very straightforward. Okay, so now let's go ahead and play this with some sort of rhythm here. So one strum. We're only going to do down strums to start. One strum for each chord. So it's D minor and F and C and D minor and C to C7 back to D minor and again D minor, D minor and to F and to C back to D minor. And we can probably do a second D minor here. Go to C, C, now C7 because you D minor. Your D minor is F compare with C locks of D minor hair with C skin C7 of emerald D minor. Okay, comfortable? So now let's add in more of a strum. Now let's double that. Down, up, 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 down, up. Get into that. Give the downs a little more of an oomph than the ups here. That's not always a rule, just right here to give it that kind of, gives it that train track kind of feel a little bit, right? Okay, let's try this rhythm. Here we go. D minor and F and C back to D minor. Now C, C7, D minor, D minor, F to C back to D minor. Oh, C, C7 back to D minor. Okay, hold that for a second. Now we're going to double this speed. Here I'm emphasizing 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Make that one a little louder. 4, 1, 2, here we go. D minor and F and C and D minor and C, C7 back to D minor, D minor and F and C back to D minor. And C, C7 because of D minor. Okay, now just one strum. Here we go. Now your beauty is a F compare with C locks of D minor hair, with C skin and C7 of emerald D minor. Your D minor is like an F of spring. Your C is soft like summer rain, and C cannot C7 with you, D minor. Okay, now down, up, down, up, down, up, down, D minor, and F, and C, and D minor. Oh, C, C7, and 2, D minor, keep going. D minor, and F, and C, and D minor. Oh, C, C7, and D minor. Okay, double it again. Here we go. Down, up, 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 down. Oh, I can't even say it that fast. There we go. Keep your wrists loose. Keep your wrists loose. Your beauty is F compared with C locks of D minor hair, with C skin and C7 of emerald D minor. Your D minor is like an F of spring. Your C is soft like D minor rain, and C cannot C7 with you, D minor. Okay, cut it in half. Here we go. D minor and F and C and D minor and C, C7 to D minor. Now just one strum. D minor and F and C and D minor. C, C7 and on a D minor. Okay, how'd that feel? Oh, wow. That's like mostly thumbs ups. Wow, well done. So, right, that's the exact same exercise we started on last time with a different song. Do you recognize that? So this is a great exercise to do for any song you're working on. And I hope y'all are picking songs to work on and play on your own too, that aren't just the ones we do. Right, just Google the name of them and find them. And if you find a good one, send it our way and the rest of us will learn it. But yeah, it's always a great way to build up a song. If we had started at that speed, it would have been overwhelming. Okay, any other thoughts or responses to that exercise or to that strumming or nothing? Okay, let's play some Passover songs. Oh, but here we go. We'll be more complicated this time. We'll make you play it in 2 different keys. Maybe we'll even do a 3rd key here. Okay. Here we go. I should clean up the floor behind me before I do this when I'm pointing it down here. Okay, so same idea as the last one, right? When you're trying to figure out a strum, just play one strum per chord. Kadesh uchatz, karpas yachatz, magid rachza, motzi mahatza, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, halel nitzah. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Kadesh uchatz, karpas yachatz, magid rachza, motzi matzah, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, halel nitzah. Kadesh uchatz, karpas yachatz, magid rachza, motzi matzah, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, halel Okay, how'd that feel?
Good. Hey Daniel, we were playing that, and we thought maybe it could be a round. Do you think it can? Like it kind of. I think I butchered the tune of the third line in a good way, and it like actually sounded really cute as a round. Can you tell us what you think? If we
So here's yes, let's talk through this. Let's take this as a music theory moment. Okay, so go ahead and look. Nope. Go ahead and look over here, right? Look and see that we've got two sets of chords that are repeated, right? We've got CGC, CGC. We'll call that the A section. And then below, we've got FCGC, FCGC. That's the B section. Does that make sense? Right? A section, B section. Same set of chords, just repeated twice for each section. Okay, so the way that it works with most melodies that you're doing with a chord is if you listen, one of the notes you're playing with that chord will be the note you're singing, right? Karpas yachatz magid rachza motzi matzah. Right, do you hear that? There's some passing notes in between, but most of the main notes in a melody are going to be in the chord you're playing right there. So the only place that we run into an issue is the first chord is different. Do you see that? So if you look over here on the Kadesh Urchatz, Karpas Yachatz, right? There are four words. Kadesh and Urchatz get a C, Karpas gets a G, Yachatz gets a C. Jump down, Maror gets an F, that's different than the Kadesh. Korech gets a C, just like the Urchatz. Shulchan gets a G, just like the Karpas, and Orech gets a C, just like the Yachatz. Which is to say that if there's going to be an issue, it's going to be on the first word. The other three should work absolutely perfectly. So then what we can do is go ahead and sing it, right? So we've got Maror Korech. We know Korech is going to be fine. Maror. So now let's try playing a C there and see what happens. Maror Korech. It's not awful. It's not in the chord, but it works. It actually makes it technically it's a C sus4 is what's happening there. Oh yeah, actually, look at that. Look at that. We even have a C sus4 over here. We listed it. Do you see this? If you play that C sus4, right? Marokorech, shulchan orech, tzafun barech, halel nitzah. It's like a chord that's halfway between an F and a C, basically, is what's happening there. And, yeah. So, I can't hear you, Amy, or if you're trying to have me hear you.
if you do an F and you put your pinky down, is that a chord? Is that support? Because it sounds great. No, it doesn't. It's terrible. Forget it.
No. Yeah, Amy, you just were on the wrong fret. Third fret with your pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great chord.
Is that the C sus4? I can't quite see the whole C sus4.
Yeah, that'll work as a C sus4 also. Both of them will.
If you do that, and then you go, it's really easy.
So I think actually what that does is F, G, A, B. C. No, that's just an F chord that has F, G, A, B, C that has an extra C in it.
Because it sort of helps bridge it, but maybe just go with C sus4 is the way to go.
Either way is fine, is the answer. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and try this. And absolutely. Oh yeah, Patty, go ahead. You got to unmute yourself.
I'm going to like a interfaith Seder. So what is the Kadesh or what is the explain it so I can tell him what? Because I'm gonna pass this out and try to play it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Here, I can send you.
Oh.
I can send you this too, Patty. Oh wow, there's some thunder outside. So this is this is a page from the Haggadah that we use. And Amy, you picked up a few copies of this, didn't you, the other day? This is just a page straight out of that Haggadah that we use. And so what this is, right, what we're singing is the order of the Seder, which is to say that this is the first thing that you would often do at a Seder is you'd sing the order. I mean, this is the table of contents, right? And you're singing the table of contents. You're giving people the menu for the day.
So is that the first thing you do when playing at a Seder? Like just introducing it and just explain it like this is the order of the Seder and would you all sing with me?
Yeah, I think that's a great way to do it. Yeah, I mean, if you're introducing it, thankfully, this is a really easy melody, right? To catch on to. So I would recommend singing it once or twice as a yai dai dai first. If you're gonna do it, so that people get it, and then you can jump in the words and do the words a couple times, and then do the yadai, and then you can do the word, get a sense of the room. But yeah, teach them, and then they'll do it.
Is the English with it while you play it, or no? Is it just the Hebrew?
I only do this in Hebrew because this is right. To me, I think this is a time to set the table for the Seder. Introduce what a Seder is. It's a time when we do things in a different order. And so here are the things, and you can even talk through the things then if you want. And then I would sing the song. Yeah.
You can't do the English while you're playing.
I've never tried singing the English.
Probably.
There's so many. So part of the problem is that the English is going to tell us what that stage of the Seder is, whereas the name in Hebrew follows English naming customs. Which is to say, in English, it's English naming customs. We're telling it what it is. But in Hebrew, it's Hebrew naming customs, which is using the first meaningful word as the stand-in for it. It's the same way you get the book of Genesis is known as Genesis in English, meaning creation, and Bereshit, which is just the first word in Hebrew, if that made sense. Yeah, Ray, you looked like you were going to say something.
I have a question. I wondered if you could send the order through the 15 steps to all of us.
Yes, let me. It should be pretty Googleable, actually, but 15 steps order of the Seder. I'm pretty sure I actually found that image by typing in Kadesh Urchatz and then clicking the images link, but let me check. Yep, there we go. It came from Haggadot.com, which is the website for Noam Sion, who's the editor of this, who's a teacher, beloved teacher. There you go. There's the image. And that's who made this Haggadah. If anyone needs copies of Haggadah, we have so many. And actually, we have so many because Noam Sion was supposed to teach a Passover intensive weekend at CRC in partnership with Sheremuth May 15th, 2020. He was flying in from Israel for it. And he was the first thing that really canceled. He canceled 2 weeks before for this.
Danny?
Yeah.
What C's are the Cs for? Which C's are the Cs for?
You can use it in any of them. I would only use it if you're doing it as a round, like Amy was suggesting. Otherwise, stick to the chords that are listed here.
Okay.
Okay. Should we play some more? Nope. There we go. Okay. Now, because it was too easy, we're going to play this in the key of F now. Let's see. And I have an A minor there, and there should be a B flat there, though. There we go. Okay, let's try this. So, same exact thing, except now we are playing it in the key of F. So we start with an F. F, C, F is our first two lines. And then B flat, F, C, F. Here we go. Kadesh uchatz, kapas yachatz, magir rachza, motzi matzah, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafon barech, halel nitzah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1. Kadesh uchatz, kapas yachatz, magir rachza, motzi matzah, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafon barech, halel nitzah. Kadesh uchatz, kapas yachatz, magir rachza, motzi matzah, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafon barech, halel nitzah. Okay, how'd that feel? Okay, too easy. So let's keep.
Not the right key for either you or me.
No, not the right key to sing in. So let's try a different key. Let's try it in the key of D instead. So let's do the math together. Let me make me go away. Or just move for a second. Okay, here's our math chart over here, right? So we're going to do another line, and we're going to do it in the key of D. So the 4 in D is going to be D, E, F, G. The 5 is going to be A. So we're going to have D's, G's, and A's, which we will need here. We haven't played a song in the key of D in a while. I think I've got those chords from Hashki Venu. Where is Hashki Venu? There we go. There's a D. There's a start. D's, G's, and A's. I don't know if we know the A chord, do we? I don't think we've played an A chord. A ukulele. I think that's possible. Here you go. We get a new chord. There we go. I like that one. Okay, here's an A. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Except I forgot to change the chords in here, huh? That would help. Okay, so our C's become D's. Our F's become G's. Our G's become A's. Okay, let's go and try this. Did that make sense what I just did? Did everyone follow how that happened? Okay. So go ahead and look at your A chord for a second here. It's a new chord. It's an easy chord. We played the A7 before. We played our A minor before. And actually, this is just kind of a combination of those two, isn't it? If you play an A minor and an A7 together, you get an A here, right? Anyone having trouble with that? Patty, I think your fingers are swapped. Put your first finger on the second string on the first fret. Or say it differently. Go ahead and play an F chord for a second if you're having trouble with this. Play an F. Take your index finger and move it up a string. There you go. That's an A.
Daniel, are you sure it's a C over the yahat? Shouldn't that just be a D?
Oh, yeah. I just missed one. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. Okay, let's try our D here. Okay, try just going from that D to the A here. And back and forth. A, D, into A, into 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 D, back to A and end on D. How did that feel? Can you do that? Was that tough? Okay for folks? Great. Okay, just always remember when you're dealing with new-ish chords, it's good to practice them in between the intervals that you're doing too. So here we go. Let's try this. Akadesh uchatz, kapas yachatz, magir rachza, motzi matza, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafon barech, halel nitzah. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Kadesh uchatz, kapas yachatz, magid rachza, motzi matza, marok orech, shulchan orech, tzafon barech, halel nitzah. Okay, how'd that feel? Okay, good. Take a moment to pat yourself on the back for the fact that you can add in a new chord and play in a new key and how easy it is to integrate those things now, right? It wasn't always that easy to integrate those things, to add in a new chord like that. Okay, let's try Dayenu.
When did you do this in the Seder?
When did you do Dayenu in the Seder?
How did you introduce it?
Yeah, hold on. I never remember, but I can give you an answer. It comes right after the 10 plagues.
Okay.
Before the meal.
After the onions, after the scallions.
You do it with the onions. You play ukulele while everyone else beats each other with onions. In fact, you playing ukulele is your way to avoid being... What'd you say?
Hills marshmallows flying all over.
Well done.
So this comes after you say the plagues, then you start playing this?
Plagues, then this song with the onions. Exactly.
And this means what?
It would have been enough. In fact, the word die just means enough. So you'll see little Israeli children chasing after each other and saying, die, die, which is very odd to English ears. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's just try the downs to get ourselves in a rhythm, right? Silu hotzi hotzi anu mi mitzrayim hotzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu. How'd that go? Show thumbs real quick. That one okay? Great. Let's do that again. Ilu hotzi hotzi anu mi mitzrayim hotzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu. It's actually good practice between your chords fast, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Dai enu dai enu dai enu dai enu. Okay. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Here we go from the top. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu dai enu dai enu dai enu. Okay, now let's double it again. Here we go. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu dai enu dai enu dai enu. Okay, now that was faster strumming. So go back to the slower strum. Same rhythm, right? We haven't changed the speed of the song. So now we're going to go to the slower rhythm and speed it up. There we go. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu dai enu dai enu dai enu. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. I'm seeing some looks that it's getting too fast at some points, so that's great. What you should do if it's too fast is think about the exercise we've been working on, where you can either do the single strum, or you can do the double strum, or you can do the right, but because they're all mathematically just intervals of each other, you're halving or doubling, they all are the same beat. So if you're having trouble where something is too fast, the trick is to strum less, not to strum more. Drop down, right? So if I start playing Ilu otzi otzi anu min, you're probably going to have trouble, right? This is probably faster than you can do. But you could probably do no problem doing that, right? And certainly no problem doing that. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and try that. And as we get faster, you drop your strumming interval in half in order to compensate if you need to. Make sense? So now we're combining sort of the two exercises we've been working on. Okay. Ilu hotzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim hotzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu. Little faster now. Dai enu 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 dai enu. Feel it getting faster. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu 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 dai enu. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu. Right, so you can also do that as Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mi mitzrayim dai enu. That's a little fast, the second line, even just doing it with one strum. But anyways, right, like, I hope what you're taking from that is that you don't have to be wicked fast with your right hand in order to speed up a song. And that at your Seders, if you're going to be playing these songs, one of the best ways to make it interesting is, particularly like for something with Dayenu, to speed it up as you go. And just remember that as you speed up, you can just drop your speed. Drop your half your right hand speed, right? Your rate. So Ilu Otsi Otsianu Otsianu is not actually very fast. This is a pretty slow Dayenu that we're doing right here. It's just really fast on the strumming. Dayenu, as opposed to Dayenu, 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 which is a slower strum, actually, even though it's a faster rhythm. Did that make sense, or have I totally confused everyone? I'm seeing shaking of head, which I don't know which of those two it means. Confused, Grandma Judy? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when you're doing it faster, you don't have to make your strum faster? You can just say it faster? Is that what you're saying?
No, so if you're speeding up the song, right? So let me play the song slow for a second. Ilu hotzi hotzi anu hotzi anu mi mitzrayim, right? I can play it at that exact same speed, but have my right hand going at a faster rate. Ilu hotzi hotzi anu hotzi anu mi mitzrayim hotzi anu mi mitzrayim, right? So that's a much faster with my right hand, but it's actually the same speed of the song. We didn't speed up the song, right? But I couldn't speed up the song and keep playing it at this speed with my right hand. Ilu otzi, but I can cut that in half. Ilu otzi otzi anu otzi. Right now I'm just doing one strum and I can get real fast. Ilu otzi otzi anu mi mitzrayim otzi anu mitzrayim dayin. Right? Did that make more sense? Okay. So if you need to go faster, then you can go with your right hand, cut your right hand speed in half, and then speed up. That's sort of the rule on one foot. Okay. Let's call it a day. Good to be with everyone. Good to uke it up. We have a... let's... Hold on. Let's actually talk calendars here for a second. We're doing a Shabbat Kulanu, which will be at CRC in the round, all sorts of different music on a Friday night. And the Ukers are very much, I'm hoping we will be involved in that. And that is May 20th. Nope. Yes, May 20th. So mark your calendars. Are you going to be out of town? Amy, is that what the...
Is that similar to what we did before with everybody in a circle?
Yes, exactly. Two years ago. Happy Thai New Year.
Great time.
Is that on a Friday night?
It's on a Friday night.
What time, Daniel?
TBD. There will be a meal afterwards too. COVID willing. So we'll see.
Well, for everybody who didn't participate the first time, it's wonderful fun.
It was great. Yeah.
Do you know the time?
We don't yet. I would mark down. I think I have it listed on my calendar starting at 6:30, but I don't know if that includes the meal and if that's before. I don't remember any of that, and I'm not sure it's in pencil yet or in pen yet.
And Shabbat Kulanu.
Shabbat Kulanu.
I will be at it.
We'll miss you.
What does it mean, kulanu?